Right, so I'm deciding to do this live. I got up to go pee. And so I'm going to do this live. And yeah, the lighting is like this on purpose. And I know some might be like, what the fuck, right? I'm going to talk about Will and Chris and Jada. And I'm also talk about the Occult class that I had Saturday and what happened in my store. Good morning. Maybe I will give y'all a little light. This is my home. It wouldn't be plugged up. Good morning. Sometimes I can be so nocturnal. I'm gonna take my time with this video. All right. I don't want to wake nobody up, but I want to say, because it was just on my mind, I was gonna do a video about the store and everything and the occult class that I did when I got my hair fixed. Ooh, good morning. All right. So I'm saying good morning to everybody. Many blessings. You know, all that good stuff. So I'm going to start off with I did sleep good. I'm going to start off with my class, and I'm going to go into everything else. So Saturday, I'm going to tell you how it all go together. So flow with me. And y'all can agree to disagree. That's fine. I received it. Because what I do is I always tell people to be honest what they think. So Saturday, I had a class, and it was the intro to the occult, right? And I wanted to do it kind of, I don't know. I wanted to do it kind of intimate. I didn't really necessarily want it to be big. I didn't want it to be big, but I wanted it to be intimate. And so I'm playing for about 30. But 30 is a lot of people. It's a lot of energy. Definitely. It's a lot of energy. And so I have not had a class. I have not had a class since 2019 before COVID. And normally when I have my classes, normally normally I had them in 2019. Normally my godfather would come to them. Bunch of good stuff. And a lot of you know that Simon Weiss is now, he's an ancestor. You know, he's went on. And y'all know how close we were. So to have a class was very hard for me because I'm used to him being there and he wasn't there. Good morning. And so I put up an altar. Good morning from Florida. I put up a little small little altar. Not like an altar, but like a little shrine, his picture. I put up the snake. I put up, and I'm gonna post a picture where y'all can see, because some of y'all don't follow me on social media. And so I put it on the table where I was gonna be teaching on, I had his picture and stuff up there because I still wanted him there to be there in spirit. And so as people start to come in, whenever I have live classes, I've now decided to include some of the things I'm teaching about in a little goodie bag, so to speak. They had a pamphlet for the class full of good stuff. So if you guys buy the intro to the occult video, it comes with 30 pages of notes with spells and stuff like that. So everybody comes in, everybody had a goodie bag, they had a name tag. There was Vistaprint ordered, okay, bitch being extra. And so probably about a minute into the class, this young lady, her name was Jasmine, asked me could she set her purse on the table in front of the altar. I said, huh? Excuse me? How ghetto. So you sitting on the front row and you ask me, can you sit your purse on the table in front of his picture? So fuck him. If fuck was on the table, you don't want to sit your purse on the floor. And so I was kind of like, why would you do that? Why would you even ask that? That was kind of rude. And so she didn't even acknowledge that. Didn't even apologize and say, oh, I'm sorry. Have some fucking respect, but I didn't trip out. I went into the mode of teaching people that putting your purse really ain't. It's just superstitious. It's not bad luck. But what I will say is, if you set your purse on the floor, nothing's gonna happen. But that's the first thing. So when you look at the video, you will literally hear that interaction because she did it in front of the class. That was strike one. Second thing she did before the break, she was falling asleep. So you're sitting in the front row. You've already asked, can you put your purse in front of my godfather? But now you on the front row like this. And I'm like, are you okay? That was strike two. And I said, are you okay? Oh, I'm fine. And I'm literally asking her. And then I see lupus on her. And I go, oh, to myself, that's why she is falling asleep and she acting like that. Maybe she Then she said, well, I haven't been asleep 48 hours. I said, um, have you looked into lupus? Have you been diagnosed with lupus? No, they say I might have it. Well, I think you do, and you probably need to go get checked, you know. And in the video, you see the interaction of me trying to, she's like, well, I have a question. Well, I don't, well, wait a minute. I'm still teaching. I will give you an opportunity at the end to ask your questions. And she was like, what's a personal question? Well, maybe we can wait if you wait to the end of class. Because we're in a class of 30 people and more. Plus you got my ex-husband. Plus you got my husband standing there. People still coming in and out the store. And she said, well, I'm bipolar. Well, that explains a lot. However, I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that. However, that's fine, but it says a lot. It explains a lot. So I'm okay. So I'm trying to give people their number to manifest with, um, whether it's 3, 6, 4, 5, whatever. I have a question, baby. It's a line over here now, and I know what you want to ask at this point, and I want to help you. And some people that was here in that class that's on this live. I want to help you, but just hold on. Again, you can see all the interactions. You really can. Because I kept the video. I had a video. I had it going. I was recording it, but I didn't. I wasn't gonna sell it. I wouldn't if you wasn't there. I felt like I wanted to give you a different experience live as opposed to recordings or we doing a video. So thank you. So I go outside and I tell my ex-husband, because he come behind me, I tell my ex-husband, I say, she is really draining me. It's just like if you driving a long distance and you riding with somebody and you driving and they sit next to you in the passenger seat, they sleep. You know, the proper etiquette is you don't sit up there and go to sleep and the person that's driving, they for the company. Y'all have to excuse my voice. It is really tired. So I come back in, we still teaching, we still talking, and we get to the question part. The questions. And someone asked about how do you determine what your gifts are? And I say, really, it's what you're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't like people, why you want to be a reader? If tarot cards don't, whatever the case may be, I'll be get to that boss lady. So the tarot cards and what, so you have to really research what your passion. Oh, I love helping people. Yeah, but in what fact? Some people, they touch tarot cards and they in love with them. They the cards speak to them. Well, then you know you might be reading tarot. Sean Shack, I did receive your book. Thank you, darling. I can't wait to finish reading it. Um, some people it's pendulums. Some people it's oracle. Some people their gift is healing. So we talking about gifts. This lady asked a question. We talking about gifts. And so she asked a question. And so when she asks a question, she says, you know, um, something to the effect of, I know I get a lot of readings. Because she said that once before in the video. And I was like, you shouldn't be letting anybody read you with you being kind of sickly like that. Oh no, I got my mental illness under control. I wasn't even talking about our mental illness, y'all. I was talking about the lupus. I think she misunderstood. But this is emotional intelligence. This is where it comes into play because you didn't even ask for clarification. I was talking about the lupus situation. I wasn't talking about, I'm going to get to that. I wasn't talking about her mental illness. I suffered from depression for years. I suffered from, because I hear voices and stuff like that. They thought that I was schizophrenic. I do not play about anybody's mental illness because you don't know what the fuck people going through. Some of them be diagnosed. Some of them not diagnosed. But a lot of them, I tell stuff about, health wise and what to do. And that's what I was going to do for her. I was going to help her to go to sleep because she said she hadn't slept for 48 hours. And so when I started saying you don't need to be letting people read you, for the record, guys, I say this about shit all the time. If you are not where you need to be mentally or physically like that, you don't need to be reading people. You can make people sick. I said you don't be letting people use you as a guinea pig. I fucking meant that. But I say that anyway. So I wasn't necessarily talking about her mental illness. I was talking about that lupus that I had mentioned earlier. Well, I got that under control. Okay, if you do, that's fine. But I was really talking about the lupus. She got so fucking defensive. And then it began to, okay, you doing this in class. Just hold on, you doing it in class. I already told you. Well, I got a personal question. Well, my spiritual gift, I understand all of that, but you are really being disruptive at this point and disrespectful to me and disrespectful to all of these people. To the point the class started telling her, won't you calm down? Just sit down. Just wait. She said she gonna help you. Just wait. But I can leave. Well, then get the fuck out then. I guess she thought I'm one of them people you could just talk to any kind of way and be combative and all of that shit. Get the fuck out. So at this point, I see people getting aggressive too. So I stand and I'm like, listen, my nigga, because now you done made me go somewhere else. Won't you go ahead and leave? Y'all help her to the door. I don't need nobody escorting me out. I understand. Well, then why are you still here? And I wasn't even trying to really handle her rough, but ma'am, if you're not here to listen, you came in on some bullshit, to be honest. When you wanted to put your purse in front of the shrine that I made to my godfather. Now, you announced to the class that you were bipolar. She said I outed her. I didn't out you. You made yourself for the attention. So she leaves, goes and posts a Google review on me, saying that I verbally attacked her and I am the one that I put her out my store and she spent thousands of dollars with me. She's been in my IE group since November. And in her introductory video, she spoke about her own mental illness. But she said, I outed her. If you go, Jasmine Lawson, if you go on to her page, she literally is talking about her mental illnesses. Why you come for my business? Why? Because you wasn't ready? Then she went to the Google review. Then she went to my Facebook group that she's a part of, make this long ass post, and then say she leaving the group. 3 hours later, now she calling people in the group groupies. Now she calling them it's it's a cult. If an energy is a cult, I'm evil. She's seen me attack people before, but she stayed because I was so knowledgeable. That's crazy as fuck. Why the fuck would you be around somebody if you see how they treat people that so badly and you put yourself in a position to be seen for that same person to supposedly mistreat you? Yeah, it is something wrong with you. And it ain't got nothing to do with the bipolar. Emotional intelligence. And so then when people that was there at the event start correcting her lies that she was trying to put out there, that she literally put on Google, then she say, now she the victim. I've been crying for 30 minutes. I am so hurt. She hurt my feelings. First of all, I'm a Taurus, so tears don't move me. That's number one. Second of all, I'm not the author of any of this shit. You are. Because I was so bad, why you come to my class? If I was so bad and mean, why the fuck you would want to be a part of something like that? And then stayed in the group, y'all. I had to actually put her out the next morning. And let me tell you something. You can't say that I said something. I might do say shit to get on people's ass. But when I say shit, it really be out of love. And you must understand. If I fuck with you, I'm gonna correct you. If I did something that my godfather didn't like, please understand. He was gonna say something to me. And I'ma listen because I chose for him to mentor me. I chose for him to be in my life like that. Y'all ask for these things from these people, then when they give it to you, you don't like the way that it sounds, then they a bad person. I never claimed to be nothing other than what I am. I am not some avatar. I've said that. Then she said I had godlike complex and all that. No, the fuck I don't. I sit up and say all the time, I'm a human fucking being. Y'all put people like me on a pedestal, and you should not. I say that all the time. I don't like that fan shit. It does not move me. It does not behoove me to act. I don't do that. I don't act like I'm so damn spiritual. I don't act like I'm so damn, I just got everything together. I don't do that. But to go in the group to the people that don't have nothing to do with it, and you call yourself trying to out me, but you stayed. Then she actually threatened physical violence to people. I started teaching about sleep deprivation. I started teaching about, because I was trying to help her. If I do something that's unbecoming, I don't mind correction. Because I would rather you correct me to my face than to talk about me behind my back. So, you done made the Google review. Oh, I got in there, got you crying. Girl, let me tell you something. You can cry till your asshole fall out. You can cry till your eyes pop out your fucking head. You can cry till your ears run, till your ass run. You can cry till you are completely dehydrated and you are drinking water like this. In this business, that's the problem with people now. People don't want nobody saying shit. Well, if you don't want nobody saying shit to you, how do you expect to grow? If you don't know better, how you gonna do better? Then she stood up and say she spent thousands of dollars with me. Then she come and say, I don't need you for shit. I ain't never asked you for shit. What are you talking about? I support other people. I don't buy your oils. Well, then you made a false report on Google. Because bitch, you said that you spent thousands of dollars with me. And let me tell you something. Just because you spend your money with people, you still not entitled to them. Somebody, I don't remember who said it. But somebody said, y'all remember on that part in Players Club where they was cutting up and he was like, I want to see him. I buy his records. I can speak to him. There's a time and place for everything. I was going to help her. There was so many people that had personal questions. And I literally said, I heard a little bit of it and I was like, won't you make an appointment so you can have my undivided attention? Y'all do not wear your mental illness as this shield or a weapon. If you go look on her post, besides the one that she posted in the group about her being mentally ill, she talk about ultimately she a mental health advocate. What are you teaching people? What do you and think she's so right in the way that she responded, but I was wrong in the way that I reacted to it. Listen, you cannot do stuff to people, right? This bitch came for my business. This bitch came for my motherfucking group. She had threatened to kick somebody's ass. Girl, go to sleep. You cannot do shit to people and then expect them to react the way that you think they should react. You cannot hurt people. You cannot mistreat people and then try to control how they react to something. This is how this tile ties into this Will Smith thing. This is how this all ties in. I understand who I am. I understand what I do. But sometimes people take it too far because they think they entitled to me. As if I don't have a right to say, I don't want to speak right now. No, I don't want to take a picture right now. No, I don't. You got to look at the setting. In my everyday business, no, you cannot walk in my store and just walk in my office. In my everyday business, no, you just can't walk up and talk to me like that and start asking me a whole bunch of questions. You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know if I was on the phone. You don't know what I would do. You talking about where we at. I didn't out you in class. When you kept making comments and asking questions, you outed yourself. You outed yourself. I'm glad I recorded that. Because if I didn't record that, she can go, bitch, I got receipts. You came in wrong. But no accountability. No accountability. People that was sitting next to her was getting sick, y'all. They was uncomfortable. They started fidgeting. It was her. But I'm okay. I finally had to get to a point where at first I was like, I'm not blocking her. I'm not putting her out. So she stayed. What was this happened around 5, 4, 5. She's still in the group the next morning around 9. And then you don't know. People are looking for information, and you tried to make this shit about you. I could have went hard on her. Oh, I could have went hard on her. But I understood that everybody don't be ready. And I wasn't trying to be combative with her because I didn't give her that back. And I know that's what she wanted. When I fixed to leave, well, then get the fuck out. Ain't nobody asked you to be up in this motherfucker anyway like that. There's 30-some people here. At any given time on Saturday, there was about 50 people running in and out of my store at any given time. That's a lot of fucking energy in my store. Thank you, DeAndre. I wasn't trying to go there. But a bitch got boundaries for herself. Y'all should have them too. This was a lesson and she missed it. I could have helped her if she wanted to go about it the right way. But y'all can't do stuff the wrong way and expect the right thing to come out of it. It does not work like that. Now, as I'm talking about Will Smith and Jada in the Chris Rock situation, because you know I don't think it was a ritual. It wasn't a humiliation ritual or nothing like that. It's simply this. Me included have made comments about the August Asina, whatever his name is, and her and Jada and Will. And see, the problem is people think that they are entitled. People think that they are entitled to people and that they can say anything and that you are just supposed to just be able to take it. Just because you're in this position doesn't necessarily mean that people can say anything to you. People think they can say anything to me. She was like, with your so-called witchcraft, but you was following it. You was following it. With your so-called witchcraft, you spent a lot of money with me. Clearly you wasn't using shit. Same thing for Will Smith and Jada. Y'all been watching them for years. Y'all know we know all their personal business because they open people. Right? Why he choose the Oscars to make jokes? You don't know. Will Smith might be like, I'm so motherfucking tired of people talking about my fucking wife, talking about my fucking business. And the next motherfucker that do that, it's just like what my mama used to say. You better act right. Because wherever you act wrong, I'm going to act wrong too to get you right. So Chris knew his ass was wrong on the cool. Chris knew his ass was wrong on the cool. Because he said, all right, you know what I'm saying? So what he did was he made a joke about his wife. As referencing to G.I. Jane 2. He can't wait to see it. Well, she's been battling alopecia. And so we are so programmed and trained in this business when you choose to be a public figure, that you no longer have no anonymity. Am I saying it right? You have no privacy and everybody owns you in a way. And I can completely understand that because that's how people feel like they with me. And that they could just control my narrative. You know, I could never give enough of my personal information. Hello, baby. I could never give Janika, is that Janika Garnett? Hey, baby. She was there too. So you can never give enough about your personal life. You can never give enough about your personal something. It doesn't matter if he knew or not. Everything's not a fucking joke. And everything is different now. Everything is different. What comedy was 20, 30 years ago is not comedy now. People are more sensitive. Again, emotional intelligence. Now, I'm not saying Will was right to go on public TV and slap the shit out this nigga, but let me say this. Wherever you cut up at, I'm going to cut up too. So you don't want nobody cutting up? Again, y'all cannot do stuff and say stuff about people, me included, and think that we gonna feel just, okay. You can't, y'all have to be, I'm not saying what Will did was all right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he could, and then he took it a step further. He was like, keep my wife name out your fucking mouth. Think about this. When she started cutting up in that video and she started cutting up in that class, it changed the whole energy that everybody in the class, it shifted. Will Smith showed us transmutation of energy, if nothing else, because he changed the whole energy in that room. This is how one motherfucking bad apple can spoil a whole bunch. Now, again, maybe, like sometimes when motherfuckers do something to you, his laughter couldn't have even been at the joke. The laughter could have been at reacting. Like somebody do something to you, you be like, okay. And then he looked over at his wife and he saw her pain. And he had to react. Because maybe this ain't the first time either that Chris Rock has said something about Jada. Maybe he told him, say, man, stay off my wife. They both were, Shayla. Because let me tell you something. When jokes are made, especially about black women, everybody laughs. We are the most unprotected. We are. Women, black women, we are so unprotected. They can make jokes about our hair. Oh, wait, this just came to my mind. Wait a minute, Spirit. Didn't Chris Rock do a documentary about black women's hair? Didn't he do a documentary about black women's hair? He did a whole documentary where he traveled and everything else, didn't he? Didn't he? Good hair. Y'all show, right? He sure did. So you should already know how sensitive black women are because you did a whole motherfucking documentary. Isn't that strange how he was announcing the awards for documentaries? And he did one as well. Talking about he didn't know. If you knew to make a joke about her hair, right? You had to know that it was alopecia and stuff like that because she's discussed that too. She ain't just cut all of her off and then didn't explain nothing. She did tell, and you did know, and you still chose to make uh, a comment or a joke about her. And let's be clear, it's a lot of shit that Chris Rock has said. And motherfucker, he ain't right, cheating on his wife and everything else. See, this is what I be talking about. Where's your fucking accountability? Just because you are in a position, it'll be different. And I tried to look at it from a lot, because I look at perspective and I don't judge. I look at it too as if they would have been, I don't know, like at Jada's roast. You know how they be having a roast on Comedy Central, right? You know how they be doing those comic roasts? It's something like that, and he is a presenter that's going in or something like that. Like, I can understand it. But you chose to talk about this woman's head. Play stupid. See, when you play pussy, you gonna always get fucked. You chose that to talk about her. In front of hundreds of people, the colleagues, the friends, the families, the business people, everything. You did a movie about the shit. Okay, everybody hates Chris. He slapped the piss out of you. You chose on public TV, on live TV to do that. Well, correction comes in all forms, don't it? Even the Bible speaks of chastisement, don't it? And then to add insult to injury, this is just my perspective. You chose to do it in a room full of white people. That's hard, y'all. You chose to disrespect this black woman in front of a room full of white people that don't understand the struggle with our hair. But I guarantee you this, if it would have been one of them white actresses that had alopecia, Terry, I'm not pulling up my goddamn t-shirt. If it bothers you, get off. Uh, if it would have been a white woman who had lost her hair, with the same reference of a joke would have been made because it was a white woman that cut off her hair that did the movie. She did that. They said that movie was powerful. She was strong. But when Jada did it, because it's a autoimmune deficiency that affects the hair follicles, right? It was a joke. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am completely wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about the way I see it with Will and Jada and Chris. And maybe I'm wrong about the way I seen it in front of that girl. Maybe I should have answered her question. Maybe I should have made the class about her because that's what she wanted. I don't know. Because I say right and wrong is subjective. So in her mind, I was wrong. I don't know. I'm not saying that Will was right because public, on live TV and stuff like that. And then when he did his award, he apologized, not to Chris though, but he apologized. And they said after this happened, Tyler Perry took him aside and talked to him, and Denzel talked to him and stuff like that. And then at the end of the day, them brothers was supposed to take their brother and talk to him, because that's what you're supposed to do. But to me, I always like to do stuff decent and in order. And well, none of that shit done it decent in order. So when you become the agent of chaos, what do you think gonna happen? That's just like the girl when she came to my class. The first thing she did was want to sit her purse in front of my godfather's altar. Why would you even want to sit it on the table? Hold that bitch in your goddamn lap. Go take that bitch and put it in your car if you so scared about it being away from you. Then to add insult to injury, like I did something to you or I called you out. Listen, let me tell y'all one motherfucking thing about me. And I'm going to say this and I mean it. I'm never going to change. This is how I am. And if you think that I'm going to change for you, you got me fucked up. See, you might change for people. I'm not. Okay? I'm not going to change. And you don't have to like it. You ain't got to follow me either. You ain't got to buy my products. I'm never going to fucking change. This is me. That's what's wrong with y'all now. This person didn't like me like this, so let me... No, how do you like yourself? I know I didn't do nothing wrong. And only thing I apologized to was my class. Because it's just I doing it in front of my class. But at the end of the day, I stood up because, baby, they was getting ready to whoop her ass. And I didn't want no parts of that. I didn't want nobody getting in trouble about that. And that's why I stood up. Because I'm like, wait a minute, y'all. I had to change the energy of the room. That's why I stood up. I'm never going to bite my tongue about what I said. And if you don't want it, don't book no appointment with me. Don't buy my products. Because I'm all about making yourself better. If you need to go to the doctor, take your motherfucking ass to the doctor. If you need help, go get help. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with someone saying you don't need to be doing readings for people? You don't need to be helping people until you get your health together. I take my medication. I'm all right. My bipolar's all right. That ain't what I'm talking about. Sometimes y'all be too quick to be offended for me. That is not, I miss the time when it wasn't like that. But you got me fucked up. If you think that I'm gonna girl, you can make all the motherfucking Google reviews you want. I ain't do nothing to you. I ain't said nothing to you. You came in wrong. Maybe because you was sweepy. You know how kids be acting and shit when they sweepy. You said you hadn't went to sleep in 48 hours. One of the things of sleep deprivation, bitch, it is fucking hallucinations and shit like that. I call myself being real nice at first. I really was. Then you like came at a bitch. Coming at my business. Girl, cause you sleepy. Y'all know how y'all kids, when they sleep, they just be fussing because they don't want to go to sleep. Because they think they gonna miss, they think they gonna miss something. Thank you, Sacred Owl. Well, she sleepy. She sleepy. Her tired. I don't know if she got some sleep, but she threatening to kick people ass. You can't kick nobody ass when you tired, girl. Talking about she a mental health advocate. Okay. But that Will and Jada thing, I bet Jada gave him the best pussy and the best head in the world. Hey, Sapphire P. Congratulations, baby. 61. I bet you beautiful. Then the first thing people do when they can't articulate themselves is then they got to go to violence. Yeah, see, you thought coming in my group, putting a whole bunch of people that didn't have anything to do with it in it, you thought they were going to bash me too. Well, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't say anything wrong. But I did stop you from doing that in a big group that you so concerned about knowing about your mental illness. Why'd you announce it? And see, what you didn't expect, I was recording it. So I recorded all of that. Sis. And then you make everybody making fun. Nobody's making fun of that, baby. Nobody's making fun of you. You're not listening. See, this is what happens when people listen just to respond instead of taking it out and deciphering what a person is saying. Like I said about that Jada and that Will thing, people think that they are so entitled to give their opinions. You're not. Y'all don't be knowing what the fuck. Would Chris be wrong if he slapped Will first? Yeah, he would have been wrong because he's talking about his wife. Again, you cannot do that to people. You cannot do that to people. Y'all don't know if this man say if somebody else say something about my wife, and then he go to the whole Oscars, and it look like they on the front row, and you say that about her, Chris, you know you was wrong. You deserve to get them big chiclet teeth slapped out your goddamn mouth. And why would he do that? He knew he was wrong when Will walked up there. He knew it was supposed to be some shit. I'm all right, London. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that Chris right about. I mean, I'm not saying that Will right about what he did. But I will say that Will has a right to defend his family. Chris could have joked about anything. There are so many other things that he could have talked about, and he chose to talk about this woman. It ain't even the first time. Well, Chris, big chiclet having motherfucker. See, I can go back to when Chris Rock had that show on HBO. Y'all remember that show Chris Rock had on HBO? Long, long, long time ago. He was talking about Jada then. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that yes, Chris Rock had a show on HBO and he had Jada on her. I think she was either pregnant. Uh I think she was either pregnant or I think she was just on a show and she was talking about how much she loved Will. The Chris Rock show on HBO. And he was like, dang, everything you say, will this and will that. They love each other. Whatever they done been through, they still together. There's more than what we can say about your relationship. Big old horse teeth having ass, looking ass motherfucker. He said, keep his wife name out your fucking mouth. That's what he said. He ain't just said it, he meant it. I bet you gonna understand that. Baby. Born in Philly. That's where he was raised. On the playground where he spent most of his days chilling and relaxing. The boss was fucking with him. What up? They wasn't up to no good. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. Woo! Where the fuck was Unveiled then to get him? Y'all know can't nobody control him but Unveiled and Uncle Phil. Baby, I bet Uncle Phil rolling over his grave. And he know everybody hate Chris. Why you do that? Baby, I could tell, but and then he know he done did right for him because he had one hand tucked. He was holding his hand up when he walked off that stage. Shit. Y'all better leave Will Smith alone and you better keep his wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. He said what he said. That's what's wrong with people now. Boundaries. And I know people say, well, it was just comedy. It was where he was at too. Well, he didn't know. He know about black women. Heard a nigga made a whole motherfucking documentary movie about it. I bet he know now. I bet he know now. He said what he said. He did what he did. And I'm gonna tell you that there ain't nobody pressing charges. Chris not gonna press charges because he know he was wrong. Now I don't know if the state will do it. Yes, he's going to get a bunch of backlash. I can tell you that right now. But and now Chris Rock got some material. Do you hear me? He got some material. And I don't give a damn if he bitch slapped him, cock slapped him, pimp slapped him. I don't give a damn what he did. He stood up for his black woman. He stood up for his black woman. And ain't about time that we see that. And y'all know Kanye West throw it off ass. He's sitting up. They thought it was gonna be me. Ain't about time that we see a black man show how much he love his wife. Y'all gonna have something to say anyway. When she cheated and everything else, there ain't no telling what the fuck been going on. You're only gonna hear so much of it. But ain't it beautiful to watch though? I bet if she would have been white and her husband would have did that, I bet it would be a different narrative. Y'all know Will Smith played Mike Lowry. Y'all know Will Smith. That wasn't even Will Smith. That was Mike Lowry. You know Mike Lowry don't give a fuck. He forgot. What this has now started. Yeah, hell yeah, it was King Richard. What this has now started is a conversation. A conversation. And Will Smith does owe everybody an apology. He does. But Chris Rock does too. I think she gonna have him at the table. With that red table. Ain't no telling what the government just sneaked in on us with all this shit going on. They probably done let 500 goddamn aliens. Then came in. Y'all know he played Muhammad Ali. I don't understand. I don't understand. He played Muhammad Ali. And let me tell you something about the Oscars and black people. Let the black people in, put them in front. See what happened? They got whole nigga. That's the funny part. You let black people be in front and host. We was out niggered, y'all. We was out niggered. We was out niggered. Baby, you leave it to a nigga to fuck shit up. Do you hear me? Cause that's what it was. Leave it to a nigga to fuck shit up. Whew. At the end of the day, it was just awesome nigga shit, wasn't it? Nigga, 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 nigga. You know that's what they were thinking. Oh my God. These niggers are showing out tonight. We shall see, y'all. We shall see. We shall see. We'll see. You know, we'll see how they try to spend it now. Lapita was shocked, wasn't she? She was like, oh, I don't know about this. I am out niggered. Woo. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to try to work out this morning. Just my spin on stuff, you know, and my shit, you know, my shit. I'm just talking, you know, I'm just talking. And I might be wrong about everything I said, including what happened in my store, you know. For everybody who was there, you know, I'm sorry that happened in front of y'all. Because that's not what I'm about. I love Conjure. I love it so much, I made my life about it. So if you want a reading, I check out my store or buy my tarot cards. My oracle cards are almost done, y'all. They almost done. But be mindful. Be very mindful what you say about people and what you say to people, because you don't know how they're going to react. This is a different time, y'all. It's a different time. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all later. I love y'all. Ashe.